This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Tuesday, October 29th, 2024. I'm Alex Brown. Governor Eric Holcomb will lead the groundbreaking this morning for the $65 million expansion of White River State Park in downtown Indianapolis. Park Executive Director Jake Oakman says the project will create an opportunity for visitors to engage the river.
It's about allowing us as a state park to actually get people to have a chance to be remotely close to the river itself, which has not been something that's occurred in our park because of the concrete nature of the levee in the current park keeps you fairly above the water.
The project will extend the park to the former General Motors stamping plant site, where Elanco Animal Health is building a new headquarters. The Crossroads of America Council in Indianapolis has announced former IU Health executive Ryan Kitchell as interim CEO. The organization, which oversees programs for the Boy Scouts of America in central Indiana, said Kitchell succeeds Joe Wiltrout, who resigned from the position earlier this month. The not-for-profit arm of Fort Wayne-based Do It Best is naming a new executive director for the second time in the past few months. The Do It Best Foundation on Monday announced former meteorologist and not-for-profit executive Curtis Smith as the next leader for the foundation. Smith succeeds Randy Rusk, who has moved to a role as special projects manager with the Do It Best company. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the Engage Indiana series, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. With an unrelenting focus on growing Indiana's economy, we'll dive into each region's unique challenges and distinct opportunities for growth. 9 regions, 1 goal. Indiana's bold future starts here. Discover more and register at ibj.com/engage.
Indigo is suing over $4.7 million in construction cost overruns for its transit center in downtown Indianapolis. IIB's Marek Mazurek has details.
Indigo says the overruns were caused by a consultant's failure to properly investigate the construction site for potential complications. The transit agency filed a lawsuit on Friday in Marion County against Dallas-based AECOM USA, which has an office in Indianapolis, and URS Corporation. The lawsuit says Indigo entered an agreement with URS back in April of 2013. URS was later acquired by AECOM, which was assigned to serve as lead designer for the construction on the Julia M. Carson Transit Center. As lead designer, AECOM led development of the transit center's design, which included responsibilities for investigating potentially unsuitable soil on the design site, Indigo says. AECOM's design for the transit center was finalized in 2014, at which point Indigo awarded a construction contract to Weddell Bros Building Group. Later that year, Weddell began archaeological monitoring of the construction site and almost immediately found unsuitable soils in the footprint of the proposed building area, according to the lawsuit. The lawsuit goes on to say that because of the conditions of the building site, construction was delayed, which required more compensation and deadline rescheduling for Weddell. Per the contract between Indigo and AECOM, the project was supposed to be substantially complete in October 2015, but didn't reach that stage until late 2016. Indigo is suing for breach of contract, breach of express contractual warranties, and breach of warranty of the adequacy of the plans and specifications. Indigo has not specified the monetary damages it is seeking. I'm Marek Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Senator Todd Young wants Indiana business leaders and researchers to pursue more national funds to help them make important health breakthroughs. Young on Monday visited the 16 Tech Innovation District in Indianapolis to underscore the work of a young federal agency that wants to shake up the conventional model of funding biomedical research, which some say is too slow, by funding higher-profile projects. The agency, Advanced Research Projects Agency for Health, was set up in 2022 to speed up innovative health projects. Last month, the agency announced a $44 million contract over 5 years to 34 Lives, a West Lafayette company that seeks to transform donor kidneys available for life-saving transplantations. Indy Ignite General Manager and President M.K. Hughes is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.